Hi, welcome to Humble Sound Tech channel. This will be the last video in the setup series. So in this video, we want to check out um how our streaming is going to be like, the broadcast sound is going to be like. So the intention is to mix here with Studio One and send it to the mixer board, and then from the mixer board send it to the video team. You can see that I have everything organized here, and it's similar to what, in terms of arrangement, it is similar to what we have here, and also similar to what we have here, right? Like I said, so that when you're moving through um these three different configurations, some you maintain a level of similarity. As I have my drums first, I have my loops, I have my keys, and I've grouped them. I've group- grouped them into folders. So I don't have, when I want to press record, I just press this, and then we have this, right? Everything records, right? So I have everything set up here, and then let me just open the mix tab, right? So you can see how the configurations are going to be like. I say I have synths, I have some synth set up, I have insets, things I've inserted. Now with this, what I want, one thing that, if you want to go this route, you have to know the capacity or the capability of your the PC you are using, because it will determine the kind of plugins you pull out for each of the elements here, right? The point is not to run your CPU so hot, because then you run into signal dropouts, right? So you have to be very careful with the plugins that you use. Right now, I'm running around 50%, and it's because I'm doing the other things running on the machine. But if it's only the door that is running, I'm normally around 30%, right, with the plugin that I've pulled out. So the point is not to overload this setup with a lot of plugin that will cause your machine to be clipping, especially your CPU to be clipping. It's something that you have to look out for. So you pull out plugins that are very low resource demand. They demand very low resources, like the SSL. The SSL channel, it doesn't really demand a lot of resource, right? And then the other thing you also have to look out for, especially when you want to use drum replacement plugins, you have to look for ones that have very low latency. Because you have to understand that when you load a drum plugin with a very high latency, the whole system adjusts to that. And the more you load, the more the system adjusts. So you get to a point where the sound you are sending out has latency as a whole, and it may not fit the video that, because it's a live program, it may not fit the video that is being sent out there. It's either they delay their video, or you have to find a way to catch up with what is happening live. So it's something. But if you have good drums, especially if you have good vocal microphones, those are the two things that require a lot of processing, because they are acoustic, because of the acoustic nature. But if you have good drums, if you have good microphones for vocals, you don't really have to resort to drum replacement. A good drum means that you have a good signal coming in, and it sounds very nice. So you have to do just little small adjustment to it, and then you have yours. Yeah, the point is not to have a full production here. It's to just mix here and send it back to the mixing console. So don't overload your, depend on the capacity of the machine, don't overload your door, right? And you run into a lot of problems. Right, so I have everything set up. I have basses set up here also. Everything that is stereo, that I'm picking as stereo, I have basses so that I can apply one stereo plugin on it, other than apply. So example, piano is stereo, right? I, instead of applying two mono SSL plugins, I just bass it and apply one. Also reduces my CPU how the software eats up CPU performance, right? Another thing you also have to look out for is your effect. I have three effects. I have delay, I have box verb, and I have general verb, just as in the Berenga wing. Normally, effects plugins eat a lot of CPU, right? So you have to be very careful. I would advise that you go if your stock plugins are very good, go for your stock plugins. So here I'm using the mixed verb, which is a stock plugin for the Studio One. It's a very nice reverb. So I don't have to pull Valhalla, I don't have to pull H1, I don't have to pull resource intensive plugin. So I'm just mixing this with this and this with this. And I have analog delay. Basically that. And on the mains, just do a little bit of mastering. I have the fab filter, I have GW mix centric, I have ARTG mastering now, and I'm using the mix glue effect from Aaron Lavi. It's a very nice preset that he put together. It gives punch to your audio. It also balances your audio out. And I have a limiter. So basically, that is what is happening here. Nothing fancy, not because like I keep saying, don't complicate matters for yourself, right? Don't complicate matters for yourself. Simplicity is golden. Yes, in a setup like this, I'll be managing this whilst I'm managing this. So if I complicate this, then that means I have to spend more attention here and also spend the same amount of attention here, and I might run into issues. So as simple as possible. And this template is built from rehearsals, right? Go for I went for rehearsals. I've been with them for rehearsal, then singing team. I've been with them for rehearsals, and then I have recorded them and I've built a template out of it. Right. So another advice that I will give is that if you're a sound engineer at church, go for rehearsals. Go for your rehearsals because it helps you. It gives you an idea of what is to be achieved on a program day, on a service day. Right. Yes, you may not be technically, I don't know, every church has a way their music system is set up. In some churches, the sound is part of the music team. In some churches, the sound is a technical department altogether. However, whatever the case, as a sound engineer or as a sound technician, go for rehearsals. Yeah, go for rehearsals and listen to the songs that they'll be doing and try to mimic what is going on. Try to mimic the original sound. Try to get as close to the original sound as you can. Right, get involved with them so that it's a team. Right, it is not just you. It is you and them. They are giving you something. You're giving them something back. So you have to work in harmony, right? So basically, that is it. And that this is what you'll be running on that program day. Definitely, certain things will change. Another thing, last thing I want to point out is gaining when it comes to your door. Now, what I've observed is that sometimes you set a very good gain structure over here, but it is not necessarily a good gain structure here. Right? So one thing you can do is set your gain on your mixing console for the event and then come here and adjust the input side, the input section of your door, adjust the gain before it goes to your mix side. Right? So that's how you work. So don't adjust your gain here based on the gain feedback you are getting here. No. So set a good gain here, gain stage correctly here, and then when you gain stage correctly here, just do adjustment over here. Make sure that normally what I do is I try to hit negative 18. Negative 10 is too hot for me. I try to hit negative 18 because remember that when you put plugins and when you put plugins on it, it also boosts the level. So negative 18, you have to hit negative 18, which is equivalent to 0 dBFS. I think so. I'm still learning the terms and the technicalities of sound pressure levels. So I try to hit negative 18 over here, not too hot, not too cold, just right there, negative 8, negative 20, negative 16, maybe the highest I would want to go would be negative 16. Yeah, when I start hitting negative 9, going to negative 6, it's too hot for me at the input side, right? So that everything you do here, your aim is not to clip the system, right? If you clear the system, there is distortion, harmonic distortion, and then you run into a whole lot of problems. So basically, this is what we have here. If you think I've left anything out, or if you think I've not explained something, just in terms of this setup, just hit me up in the comment section and then we'll talk. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.